this? The sands of time wait
Alright.
for no one.
Okay, I'm gonna go to this far right one. Boom.
A small victory, but your ward. Watch your step.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have time for this. Sands, bend to my will. Impede my enemies.
Cooked. Freaking cooked, bro. Freaking cooked. Why is that a normal? Ah, I know why.
Let's see how you handle this. Inferno. I can't give up. I must save my people. Burn to ash, demon of Azzoatl.
I need more time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Kill the stranger.
Top tier ritual.
Lord for death. You escaped me once before. Never again.
I'll have my vengeance yet.
The wild one's power.
Here we go. Here we go.
Keep running. Land of Minion is nigh. This is no.
Boom, baby. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. We finally finished the Minion build. It is max tier now. Alright. So we can do pretty much all the content with it besides breach, which you can still do breach. You just gotta wait for it. Then run all the way up to the beginning. Then you can go back and kill everything. Unfortunately, minions, they're slow to react. Alright, and kill. So with that being said, you can do all the other content. Every single bit of it. And I have no issues. Alright, let's go ahead and look into what we are carrying right now, and as well, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment down below what you think about the build, what build you want to see next, or what builds you guys are running. Okay, with that being said, all right, this will be also on Mobalytics down in the description of this video as well, so you guys can follow it, and make sure you also go and turn around if you got POB, Path of Building. There's a link on the right hand side on Mobalytics so where you can copy and put it in your own Path of Building as well. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and look at our build here. Alright, as you can tell, we're running minions, we're running power Zilliards. Okay, we got them up to 10 right now. I'm using 5 for this build. I'm using 5 different minions on top of that. Okay, that we add to this the skill gems, and also, you know, we're also using skeletal warriors because of our scepter. Okay, but we're using power Zilliards for this, and power Zilliards are so universal. You can use them for any minion build. Pretty much Lich, Infernalist, If you want to go shaman, you can still do shaman, but we're doing druid oracle. Okay, this is a druid oracle build for minions. Okay, I'll explain why I went that route here in a second. So let's go ahead and look at the gear and see what we're rocking with. All right, I know everybody's been curious. Okay, so we got our energy shield and life over here. We're rocking 7400 energy shield, and we're rocking 1800 life. Okay. All right, and for our defenses, we're 75 across the board besides lightning, which we can fix at any given moment. Okay, so I just haven't done it. Too lazy to do it. Okay, so I'm rocking 2 scepter build. All right, we got power zilliats on our main scepter, and then we got the wasp, or the new cocaine wasp, which are not new. They've been in the game for a while. I just don't like them. This is optional, as I mentioned in Mobilytics. Okay, only thing I do, I just max them out, is what I do. But they're doing okay DPS. My power zilliats are doing more, but then again, I only got... Actually, no, these are doing more, but I only got a +3 scepter on it, okay, for minion skills. Alright, but it's 27,000 DPS. You can rock these if you want, but I mainly run the power zilliats, okay, and those are just for fun if I want to, you know, mess around or whatever. So alright, let's look at the gear. Okay, we got a +4 scepter. We want to make sure with the power zilliats since they're casters. Okay, and I'm rocking the spirit of 184. Obviously, you can get a better scepter with more spirit. Not really necessary. Okay, we're DPSing the hell out of everything. Alright, so what we do in here, I put in increased damage. A lot of people like to put plus 10% to spirit. Alright, which is only going to get you extra 10 spirit, which with my setup, power zilliats cost 33 spirit a piece. Okay, so it's not really going to help us at all. Maybe gain us another, I don't know, cleric, if you will. Because right now we're rocking only 7 spirit left with a 423 spirit total. Okay, but it's all right. So the one I'm using mainly it for the cast speed and increased damage, plus for the minions and for the spirit. Okay, this is what I'm rocking. This was 100 div when I bought it. Okay, it was a lot of grinding. If you guys notice on my other video, I had what, like a +2 or +3 scepter. Okay, I was rocking a +3 for a long time. So what you can also do with a +3 scepter as well. When I say +3, I mean minion skills, 2 minion skills. Okay. All right, then what we're going to do, we're going to focus on energy shield, because I like energy shield, and life. So what I did, I went energy shield on everything, and I also tried to get some life added to it where I could. Okay, whether it's either adding strength or adding raw life, maximum life. So we got our gloves here. Okay, I can get better energy shield gloves, but you know, not a big deal. We're already pushing over 7,400. Okay, and it's doing what I wanted it to do, and I also stack rarity on my stuff. Okay, so we got our resistances, basic stuff, rarity, health. Try to get as much energy shield as you can. Energy shield only. You don't want energy shield invasion unless you want to, or energy shield and armor. I just like to go energy shield, get it maxed out. Try to max it out as much as I can. Then our range are going to be basic, just defense stuff, and I got rarity on this one with maximum life. The invasion rating doesn't really matter to me because, you know, we're not focusing on invasion. We're not a Deadeye. You know, I just want intelligence and just defense with rarity. Okay, then our armor piece, we're going with as much energy shield we can, which I believe is about like 950. So, but we got a really good one right here. It's 839 energy shield. Okay, and then I went for some more resistances, and I wanted to get as much spirit as I could, so I crafted this actually. I watched a YouTube video on how to craft armor pieces. I don't remember the name of it. It was pretty simple to get. You know, wasted about like 10 div. Just buying bases. But I crafted this one right here and got lucky, and we rolled a 60 spirit on it. Okay, for the, you know, the abyssal stuff. Then we're going to go over to our other ring. Other ring, same thing. Defense, rarity, maximum life. Okay. You know, resistances, not a big deal. The typical stuff that you would do if you're using a minion build. Then obviously on our focus, okay, rocking the same thing, energy shield, but we want to make sure that we get +2 to minion skills. That is very important. And I like to go with the energy shield recharge rate and start of energy shield recharge. Okay, so that way our recharge rate speed, our energy shield recharge rate speed goes up quicker. Okay, so it'll be in slow, right? Or recharging, and we also went with the recharging rate start. Okay, so basically when it initiates that recharge rate, right? Obviously there's a couple second delay, right, before it recharges. So we want to increase that. So that's what I did right here. And the physical spell damage thing, it's not it doesn't pertain to our minions at all. It's just I just found this focus and wanted to use it because it was pretty good. Okay, then we're going to go to our minions right here. Our minions for our amulet as well. +3, +2 is fine. +2 of minion skills on your focus as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So +3 to minion skills on your amulet if you want to try to max it out. Then we want to try to get as much spirit on it as we can as well. So I used the solar amulet. Now I went with some more rarity as well, which is low tier, you know, 15%, whatever. Global defenses, I swapped that out. My buddy crafted this for me on live stream in my last live. Global defense is okay. I prefer energy shield. Okay, try to get an energy shield one, increase energy shield, because I'm pretty sure that the amulet bases off of your armor. Okay, try to get as high as you can. I think it goes way past 50. I think it goes above like 55 or 60 is the max for the energy shield, increasing maximum energy shield. But anyways, 39% invasion rating. Obviously, we don't care about that. Okay, I was just happened to roll on it. And we want to allocate this, okay? We want to anoint it to Warlord Leader, okay? That's very important in your amulet. I described it in the mobile analytics as well. We want Warlord Leader because that gives us 40% increase in damage and 40% increase in, I think, allies and presence. We'll look at it once we get to the passive tree. Okay, then our helmet, same thing, energy shield. Obviously, we can get a better energy shield helmet. I don't have to do it for it. But, and I went with rarity. Obviously, defenses. I needed some cold resist, obviously. So we got cold on there. But you want to make sure the most important thing, you get +2 to minion skills. Okay. Then I dropped us a little idol in there. The idol Relicash. That gives us 8% increase reservation efficiency of minion skills. And I know everybody's like, okay, how come you didn't get a dual socket helmet? You know, so you can drop 2 of those bad boys in there. Well, unfortunately, GGG hates minion builds, so they pretty much nerfed the Relicash item. So instead of us being able to drop 2 in there that were 6% apiece, we can only drop 1. And they're like, you know, to try to balance it out, they added 2 more percentage on the idol. So we only can put 1 in, and we get 8%. Okay, then our belts defenses as well. I've been using this thing, I guess, when I was level 56, obviously. I haven't swapped this out at all. I just got 3 charm slots on it, and I went with defense. Okay, so I added maximum life as well to it, and also, you know, resistances. Don't really need a +5 on it for strength. Alright, these boots are very, very important, okay? This right here is going to increase our reservation efficiency of skills. Okay, for undead minions, which all of our minions, including the specters, are considered undead. So we also, basically, a reservation efficiency, what it does, it lowers the cost of spirit per all your minions, okay? So we got a 30% increase on that as well. And we also put it in, I needed some elemental resist. Do what you will with the second socket. Okay, elemental resistances of 5 around, and I also went with the amino gaze. I think that's how you pronounce that. Animanius gaze. Okay, it gives us 1% movement speed per every 15 spirit. Okay, and right now, I believe with that being said, we are moving 28%. movement speed, which ain't too bad. It's horrible, but it ain't too bad. Okay, then, you know, this is another must. This is a must, I would say. 30%. Just grab you one as 30%. What I did, I just bought a whole bunch of them and tried to corrupt them. Right? They were going for, I think, like 10 or 15 chaos at one point, or 20. But I ended up getting one that was 30% reservation, and it dual socketed for me. So, which is fine. You can get these up to like 35 or 36%, but you're going to be paying a pretty penny. Yeah, they cost a lot of div. All right, now you're probably wondering why I got these boots right here on the bottom. Okay, side on the side. All right, so this right here, when I put these on, I get 42% movement speed. I also lose a lot of power zealots. Okay, my reservation goes down dramatically, but I got 43% movement speed. Okay, so basically the reason why I have these boots in my inventory, because I like to run trials of Sekimas, and you can still do it with these boots, obviously, no problem. But to me, I like to get through them fast. This right here is slow getting through them because you're running. You're running so slow, 28%. Okay, but with these right here, I just went and I just bought ones that do 60% increase effective socket items, which I think is the max. I haven't found anything above that. It used to be 100% last league for socket items. Okay, and increased the effect. So what I did, I just dropped in increased movement speed ruin in there, and I also sanctified it. Okay, and we got lucky. It was at 35% movement speed, but it went up 1%. Okay, but we're rocking 42% movement speed. So I use these. I pop these in when I go into the trials, when I'm doing all the trial rooms, then until I get to the boss, and I just swap it out with these boots. Okay. That's the only reason why I got them there. If you want to do that strat, go ahead, do it. All right. Now, let's go over here to our skills. This is our skills. It should be very basic if you're used to doing minions. Okay. I'm not going to run through all of them. Like I said, on Mobilytics, go check it out. All right. So right here, what we got Skeleton Warriors, because our Scepter gives us 2. Okay, so we get 2 freebies on the Skeleton Warriors, and what I did, I just put Beast Shield 2 in it, just to drop something in it and main. I just dropped something on it, okay? So I did. Now this second set of Skeleton Warriors that's just my other Scepter on my weapon set 2. Alright, for our Power Zealots, what we're going to do, okay, we're going to want Projectile Acceleration, okay? It gives us a 40% increased chance to pierce the enemy, but it also, you know, accelerate the projectiles that the Power Zealots are shooting out, which is Spark. Okay, then we're going to do Wild Shards as well. Wild Shards 2 on there. We get a 25% increased chance to for them to shoot out instead of 1. It's going to shoot out 8. All right. And then we're going to do Pierce as well. Pierce 3. So that way we also get it's not a chance, it's a guarantee to pierce through all enemies. All right. So instead of it hitting the enemy and stopping and you have to recast and then that spark goes again, this will make it to where it just automatically just goes through them. Only downside is we lose DPS once it hits the first enemy, which is fine because you're going to see, like you guys see previously on the videos, man, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a whiteout screen. Okay. And then we're going to do Fitting Frizzy for increased damage. Okay. Then we're also going to do Muster for another increased damage. This thing's really good. I recommend put this on any of your minions. Okay. Even if you're not using Power Zealots, put this on there. So that way you get that increased DPS. Alright. So what this does, it gets a 7% increase for each undead minion that is revivable. Which all your minions are, even your specters. Okay, so with this on, and that's why I added Skeletal Sniper. It's cheap, is because we're just stacking it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 35%. And I wanted to say Power Zealots also count. I'm not too sure. but that gives us 42% increase. All right, so what we're gonna do after that, you got your cleric. Come on, after I mention this one, we'll go away from this and go to the passive tree because everything else is pretty standard. Like I said, Mobilytics, go check it out. All right, because these are basically just there as fillers. Your frost mage, your storm mage, okay, your skeletal sniper, just fillers to increase that muster DPS. Okay, so but the cleric is very important though. Okay, so we got a cleric, and as you can tell, all my jewels are only 19s. Okay, but you want to make sure your power Zilliot, if you want to max it out, you want it to be a level 21. Okay, so how do you get that? Well, you got to do with the base. You got to hit it with that basic, the basic skill for it. So the basic skill is specters, right? So what you want to do, you want to look that up on the market for specters, binding specters. Okay, so that way it's a blank one. Make sure you get one with 5 sockets, and that is 20% in quality because these are always corrupted. Okay, so that's how you get to the plus 21s for any of your skills. Okay, it's not just for this, for any of them. So even with the skeletal cleric, if I wanted to, probably a waste of freaking currency, which I might do this one because it's very important. It's an important one, right? So but you can deal with all of them. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So let's go to cleric. Rapid casting, so increase the cast speed. Magnified area, increase the area effect, and also minion mastery, give us another +1 to the total level. And we want Brutus Brain in there. This is very important to get. Okay, so this way, what it does, your minions cannot be killed, but they also cannot do damage, which doesn't matter because the cleric is our healer. So, and it's our reviver as well. So that's why we want that in there. So, because it's not going to do DPS, so it doesn't matter. We just want to make sure it doesn't die. Okay, because then that timer, we're going to be waiting forever for our minions to respond back. Okay, then you got your brute, you got your storm mage, you got frost mage. You got skeletal snipers. If you really wanted to, you can take these out, like the second Spectre set, and probably put in there, was it Arsonist or Arcanus or something like that? The bomb thrower skeleton if you want. Okay, that give you an extra 30, extra 7% DPS. That's entirely up to you. Then we got our 2 most important ones down here at the bottom. It's going to be Pain Offering. All right, this increases our DPS as well. And we're going to do Dense Macabre. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll drop that bad boy, increase our buffs, and 30% more damage for our offering. Meat Shield 2, so that will be giving more life, okay. For our offering, so they're going to pop up like a totem. Just gives them more health. Then we're going to want to do expensive, try to increase that area effect on it and lower the cooldown, right? So then we want elemental weakness. If you're new to PoE, this way here just gives them an increased elemental weakness for any solo single target. That's what we're going to use these for. Single targets are hard rare. If you guys like to juice your maps to hell. Okay, so basically, although it's going to give it an elemental weakness to every element. Okay, which lowers it by 58%. Okay, now you do that. That way we can hit even harder with our specters. Because why not, right? As you guys seen on the the little playthroughs, man, where we're dominating, just melting stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to heighten curse, increase the magnitude of it, efficiency, to give us a less cost on the mana, and hex bloom. Okay, from speed of spread in enemies within 3 meters when a cursed enemy dies. Okay, so basically, what I would say for 21 skill gems, alright, I would say, these are both 19 by the way, I would go Elemental Weakness, Pain Offering, and like the musts, those 2, probably Cleric, and obviously your number 1 that you want to get is your Power Zilliot. Okay, 1 Binding Spectre gem, get it your power Zilliot, and make sure that's 21%. I mean level 21 plus 21% quality, and obviously with all it maxed out, we get 32, level 32. Okay, now let's go into our passive tree here. We chose the Oracle. All right, our main thing that we want to pick is down here at the bottom when we do our ascendancy class. Okay, because we get 1 passive skill point. We're going to see pass or not taken. I'll show you that here in a second. And we're going to grant passive skill point again. So we get 2 freebies. And I'll just might as well go all the way and get the Untwined Realities. Basically what this does, it's kind of like this jewel right here, right? It's kind of like a jewel like this. It's kind of like you're from nothing diamond, okay? Or time loss or whatever. So it has a radius, but when you click these big these big nodes, okay, it's going to have a radius around it. Then you'll be able to pick everything in there. So it's like having a diamond without having a diamond. Okay, that's what it does. So, but our basically the 3 that we want is this one. Okay, our passive point, our unseen path, and our other passive point is basically what we want. Other than that, you guys can fill it in wherever. I just put these right here. Okay. So what we're gonna do over here is start going outward. All right. I went with the energy side of things. It all depends on how you want to set your defense up. So I went to the energy side, +5 energy shield, +5. Okay. 12% increase. Okay. That's what I did. Then I went up. Then I went over here. Then I hit up these minion nodes right here, empowering remnants, 40% increased spell damage if one of your minions has died recently. But these right here, the 2 main nodes right here, we can probably get rid of that and use it somewhere else. Okay, then I went up, we grabbed these DPS nodes as well. Okay, for our minions and for a little bit of defense, I went ahead and got crystalline flesh. Okay, then I went over here for more energy shield. Okay, for us. Then up here I got these nodes as well. Some more damage nodes. Okay. Then I went up here for more, defense for minions. And then over here, this is really, really important, Profane Commander. Okay, so you definitely want this node right here, because if you read, it gives us 4% increase in spirit. And we're going to go down here. Now, the reason why we took that first major node on our ascendancy tree here, the unseen path, is because if you notice, we got all these purple lines here that are connecting these other skills. This is the unseen path. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff here too. So you can do Oracle. You could look at this, 50% increase critical hit chance. Like, that's a good node for a castle and crit build. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff here. And for the command skills as well. But anyways, we want these right here. These are going to be our main ones that we're going to try to get. I'm going to tell you, you probably want to get these first. Okay, try to work your way over here because they give us a massive boost in DPS. Okay, as you can tell, allies in your presence deal 20% increased damage. Okay, and they get a 10% reduced damage. Okay, allies in presence increase attack speed and cast speed. Same thing with right here, but our major node is this right here. So what this does, 20% reduce spirit efficiency on 20% reduce spirit reservation efficiency of skills. Okay, but we also get an increase 40% reservation efficiency. So it's 20% minus 40. 20 minus 40, that's 20%. So we get an increase, 20% increase reservation efficiency for our minion skills. So what that does, as I explained earlier on the gear, okay, basically we get a 20% increase, decrease on our spirit cost for our minions. All right, but these are also really good nodes to grab as well because we get increased damage. This whole entire triangle right here is really good. Snag that up. That's what we did. Then we got our other ones over here that are hidden. Okay, we got to go down one up here. These are all damage nodes, man. Big damage nodes. 15% increased damage nodes. And then the last one's 30%. All right, then we got our jewel right here, which is what we also want as well. I put in just maximum the energy shield. And basically what you want, maximum energy shield and minions damage. Minion damage. 15% and above for each one of those, and the other two nodes, the other two, you know, prefixes or suffixes, choose what you want. Okay, then we went over here for more DPS. Okay, our main thing is trying to max out our deeps, our DPS. We're going to grab all those nodes, and I went up here on this art to increase more energy shield. Okay, and then over here was some give them a little bit more defense. Okay, increase maximum life and increase evasion rating for our minions. Then I went over here as well to get some more energy shield, increase our energy shield. Okay, that's what we want for our defenses. And down here as well for the recharge rate and faster start for energy shield. Went over here to grab these. So these are our defense nodes, because there's really not that much there's really not a whole lot of DPS nodes for your minions. So we can easily snag all those up and grab defense nodes for ourselves. Okay, so right here we want a from nothing diamond. We want ritual cadence, very important. So that way we can get these 4 nodes right here. On Mobalytics, this does not show up. All right, on Mobalytics. So under the skill tree on it, I did type out what you needed to grab right here. Okay, and what from nothing diamond you're gonna want. All right, I'm going to show you guys real quick about that. Yeah, I'll show you right here. Okay, you're going to see it, and right here's our path of building. All right, and we're going to go down. To our skills tree, see how it does not add the circle radius. Okay, and if I try to click on these, it's just going to drag a line all the way over to them. So I explained down here in the nodes, all right, for it. We got our beginning map build, and then we got our max build. Okay, now the beginning maps ones, okay, that's to get you started in mapping. You can go through mapping pretty easily with it. Okay, but obviously we want to shoot for max, so you're going to hit the max build. All right, there we go. And I even filled out my atlas for you guys as well, what I'm using. Haven't done breach yet. I stay away from expeditions because I don't care for them. Nothing really good drops out of them personally that I even care about. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. And we're only going to use 2 jewels and 1 from nothing diamond. All right, that's all we need. Our DPS is crazy. So if you look now, we got, let me exit out as passive. All right, we got 25k as of right now with max skills. Okay, we obviously can increase it by getting 3 more nodes for increased critical hit chance. No, I think it's 2. Let's see here. We could increase that DPS on them by going right here for a critical damage bonus and critical hit chance. We could grab those, but not necessary. I'm melting bosses like they're nothing. All right, so we got 25,000 DPS, 25.6 thousand. Okay, now when I use my pain offering, let's go back over there. We're jumping up to 38k. 38k. We're melting stuff. Okay, we're melting them. Melting them. A lot of deeps, man. All right, so with that being said, guys, hopefully this build helps you out, and I hope that you guys will put a like on that Mobalytics as well for the build. Make sure you put a like right here on the video. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, like I said in the beginning of the video. Leave a comment on what build you're using, If you have any questions about it, okay, what is necessary, what is not necessary. All right, +3 scepter and above is good. +2 and above for amulet. Make sure you get +2 though on your focus and on your helmet and your Gucci. Or you can skip out on the helmet or the focus and you still be all right for +2 minions. But you obviously want to max everything out. But make sure, most importantly, get your +21 skill gem. Okay. So with that being said, guys, all right, leave a comment, subscribe, keep that bell icon on, so that way you get notified every time I go live right here on YouTube and whatever content I post. I'm a variety streamer, just to let y'all know. I do not just do Path of Exiles. I do Fortnite, Battlefield 6. Basically any game that really fancies me, that I'm in the mood for, but there'll be a lot of PoE 2 content because I'm enjoying the game. Alright, so with that being said, guys, I'll catch you all later. #PeanutGame, baby, all day, every day. Deuces.